The number of legally registered expatriate workers in the Maldives experienced a huge boom in recent years, increasing 188% between the years 2000 and 2011 to reach 79,777 workers. This translates into an expatriate worker for every 4 members of the local population. Although official data is not available after 2011, the paper estimates that the legal expatriate population would have increased to over 88,000 by the end of 2013. There is also a sizable population of illegal expatriates in the country, who are expected to amount to at least half of the legal expatriate population. The acceleration in the expatriate population came about after the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004, with the start of reconstruction projects around the country. As these wound up around 2008, expatriate numbers declined sharply before returning again to an upward trend. Reduced access to finance owing to the global financial crisis in 2008 also contributed to the slowdown in the rise in the expatriate population. At the end of 2011, 98% of all legally registered expatriate workers were of Asian origin, with Bangladesh and India contributing 57% and 24% respectively. This skew towards South Asia can largely be attributed to employers trying to minimize labor costs, as these countries have an abundant supply of unskilled workers willing to accept very low wages. As a result, it is easy to find workers from these neighboring countries who are willing to work for relatively lower wages compared to what would generally be demanded by locals. The construction industry is by far the largest employer of expatriate labor, responsible for 43% of all expatriate employment in the country. This is followed by the tourism sector, which accounts for another 17%. A large and growing expatriate labor force means more consumers in the economy, and thus can have potential benefits in the form of higher consumer demand. One industry where this can be seen quite clearly is the telecommunication industry, where both the number of mobile phone subscriptions and the telecom industry revenue grew in tandem with the expatriate population. The growing expatriate workforce results in increasingly large amounts of foreign currency being remitted out of the country. On average, $8.5 million was remitted out during each of the first 6 months of 2010. This increased significantly to $14.5 million, which was the monthly average during the first 6 months of 2013. As such, the foreign currency demand from the expatriate population adds significantly to pressures on the foreign exchange market. As the majority of the expatriate population comprises of unskilled workers, they are willing to work for relatively low wages compared to locals. As a consequence, relatively less skilled locals, who are close substitutes of low-skilled foreign labor, are easily displaced by incoming expatriate labor.